Thousands of people were displaced on the Thai island of Koh Phi Phi following the Asian tsunami disaster. Rebuilding homes and business has been critical in order for them to be able to return and to earn a living.
The Simon family from Somerset lost their son Piers when the wave hit and have contributed to the rebuilding through the charity they set up after his death. They've been back to Thailand to see for themselves how the money people have given here is being spent. Mark Gibson now has the last of his 3 exclusive reports on what's been their hardest journey.
The Simons family understand what it's like to lose a loved one to an unforgiving sea. Chewat lost his wife, his daughter and his father when the Boxing Day tsunami hit these islands. With it went his boat and his livelihood. Since their son Piers died, the Simons family have raised money to help regenerate Koh Phi Phi. They paid for Chewat's new boat.
Now it's better. After tsunami, better. Now I can make money same before.
Every Thai on the island lost someone in the tsunami, and many lost their homes and jobs too. Without the generosity of the Simons, Chewat would never have been able to return from the mainland.
He's got his life back together. I know he lost family, but at least he's got a livelihood back that he can earn money. And there's so many of the PP people that haven't got anything. But we were fortunate enough to be able to give him a boat. And he's just so grateful. And it's just lovely to see him with a big beaming smile.
But the biggest job has been to rebuild the homes and businesses destroyed. The tens of thousands of pounds that have been raised in Piers Simon's memory have helped buy the most basic but vital equipment.
We buy lots of material building the house, so we spend a lot of money, to buy material like wood, like cement, like sand, like roofing.
It will take years to get this island back to the way it was before nature ripped it apart, but it is well on its way.
After the wave, the island was evacuated. And so you had probably hundreds of islanders who, had no home, nowhere to go. They were set up in displacement refugee camps, and I would think for many, many weeks they were desperate and destitute. And our hope was that there was some way that the island could sustain them coming back and, regenerating their lives and having something to do worthwhile. And from what we've seen today, it's happening.
What has already been achieved is remarkable. Many Thais are now able to return. Life will never be the same, but life does go on.
It's easy to see why the tourists wanted to come to these islands before the tsunami. They are idyllic, but since then many have chosen to go elsewhere, worried about the damage that was done. But the island is getting itself back together, and they are very much open for business, partly due to the work that's been done by the Piers Simon appeal.
This island is slowly healing itself. So too, this West Country family. Mark Gibson in Thailand for the West Tonight.
Well, Henry and Celia have joined us in the studio now. They literally got back from Thailand just a few hours ago. Well, Celia, first of all, this must have been a very emotional journey for you. How much did it help to go back?
Oh, a great deal. It was emotional, but it was also rewarding because we could see what the fund was doing out there, and to meet all the people as well that, we've been helping. So it was really good.
And how soon after you lost Piers did you decide you had to do something like this? I imagine it must have helped you come to terms with losing him.
Oh, very much so. Well, it was Luke's idea in the beginning, and it's just really snowballed. It's just gone on and on from strength to strength. And I don't think we realised what we were taking on in the, originally, but it's just wonderful to see that, we can do some good in PP.
Henry, a lot of money has been raised, and what did you think about what's been done so far?
Oh, I think we've been thrilled. When we first arrived at the island, we expected to see devastation, but in fact, slightly superficially, when you arrive at the islands, everything is repainted and rebuilt. When you look behind that, you then see that there's still a huge amount to do. But our first reaction was, goodness, you know, it is really coming together now. We wanted to help regenerate the island. That was the very words we used. And it's actually happening, so that's been a thrill.
What would you still like to achieve?
Well, there's so many more things. There's a lot of islanders there, the men, who are doing fantastic work and have been, but their families are not with them. So probably the priority is housing. They need some housing. Their houses were washed away, and the men are living in dormitories, I would imagine, and they then go back and see their wives and children who are living on the mainland. So somehow or other, we've got to organise some housing, and we had some sensible conversations with the locals there about that.
Well, many thanks for joining us, and well done on all the work that you've done in memory of Piers.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.